I'm Lara Land, somatic coach and yoga teacher trainer, and this is the Beyond Trauma podcast. What a couple of years we have had. The challenges continue to grow, and more of us are experiencing some level of traumatic stress. My commitment here is to bring you the most up-to-date insights on exactly how trauma affects our mind, body, spirit system, and how we can work with our bodies to soften its impacts. You will be hearing from trauma survivors and researchers, and together, we are going to incorporate what they have to teach us to heal ourselves and promote the well-being of all those around us. Here we go. Friends, this one is for all of us. Many of you know my next guest, Nikki Myers, as the creator of Y12SR Yoga, Yoga of 12-Step Recovery, and she is that and more. If you have any illusions that you are beyond addiction, this interview will really set that straight in a good way. We discuss how addiction is a part of us all and the ways we use it to find relief from being uncomfortable. Nikki is such a wealth of knowledge, quoting Patanjali's Yoga Sutras just like pie, and making connections between the cognitive, somatic, and spiritual that we all need. And friends, we get deep really fast in this discussion. Nikki is an accomplished speaker and teacher, yoga therapist, somatic experiencing practitioner, addictions recovery specialist, and Ayurvedic specialist, and founder of the before-mentioned Y12SR, a relapse prevention program that weaves yoga and the 12-step program. Her Y12SR meetings are available internationally and online, and her curriculum has become a feature of addiction recovery treatment centers. She was named a Yoga Journal Game Changer and is an honored recipient of the esteemed NUVO Cultural Visionary Award. Like I said, we dig in deep real fast. I know you are going to love this. Here we go. How are you?
It's a great question. You know, we're in this point in time where there's nothing normal. And, you know, in this very moment, I'm okay. So It's both those things that are going on.
Yeah. How do you, you're going deep right away, so I'm just going to follow you there. I get a sense that that's how you are. I know we got to meet briefly doing the Soulfest panel, but we haven't had a lot of chances to connect. So I'm really excited to connect with you. But I got that sense through listening to you on some other podcasts. So I'll just jump in and ask, how do you hold both those things?
For me, that's what practice is really all about, right? The ability to hold or expanding my capacity is a better word, I think, to say around that. To hold the ands, right? To hold the opposites, to hold things when I was never very good at that, right? I have been throughout a lot of period of my life. The pattern, or, we talk about yoga samskara of either or, right? It had to be this or that, black or white, hard or soft. I was very, very stuck in the binaries. And so part of the practices for me is expanding the capacity to hold opposites, right? To come out of that really socially constructed binary framework, right? That we live in.
Yeah.
And to know that there's something that's accessible and beyond that binary framework while still recognizing that I live in it. Right. So I always say, I wish this was my quote, but I'm pretty sure at least where I first heard it from, it came from Jesus. Right. How can we be in it and not of it? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another space to hold. Right. It's owning that, even though there's a part of me that's holding everything, and that can make us feel as practitioners, that we know something. we're still immersed in the culture, right?
Right. That's probably one of the biggest pieces of humility for me, is in that recognition that I don't even know what I don't know. right?
Yes.
And so,
Oh, yeah.
right, and standing in that, right, and putting one foot in front of the other and doing the next good, right, honest thing, right?
Mm.
But it's really true. I have to stay in the recognition that, I don't even know what I see things through a lens. You cannot not see things through a lens first in where we are, right? And so making the assumption that my lens is the lens, or that, I know things that, oh my God, there's no way. I know from my subjective reality, right? And everybody has a subjective reality. So, it's a deep, like you said, it's a deep conversation.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if it's so amazing, Nikki, how you're able to really stay in that space. I think
I don't.
you don't, you come in and
Yeah,
out.
let's not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but Laura, I was saying, I can't delude myself that way either. I don't stay there, right? And this is that matter of, it's an awareness of really, and particularly for me, in my body now. It really is in my body. I know what balance and homeostasis feels like,
Yeah.
even though that's not static. It changes, but there is